forget. Hello everyone, Ryan here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Dienel album titled Imitation of a Woman to Love. Dienel, also known as White Hinterland, previously on her past few albums, is an art pop singer-songwriter, and she's criminally underrated in this vein of music. And I'm quite sad to say that this new album doesn't seem to have grabbed much attention from any critics anywhere, so I felt even more of a push to review this album. I loved her last album under White Hinterland, which it again flew over quite a lot of people's heads. The title of the album was Baby. I think it was an amazing album. It came out a few years ago, but she's opted to change and go back to her usual, her actual name, Dienel, and ditch the stage name. And I've seen a couple of people make the point that this is sort of a way to show that she's on a self-discovery sort of trip at the moment. She's gone back to her name and she's sort of like finding herself, and this new album certainly does demonstrate a lot of that, so I can kind of see that theory played into practice when I listen to this album. And you certainly get that on the closing track, where she's singing about how she played their game, but now things have changed and she isn't that same person anymore, and she, thinks she's learned her lesson. And I do believe that that's the apt closer for this type of album, certainly. But we also get a lot of tracks that are talking on her sexuality, and I do absolutely love the track High Times, where she's singing about how men believe that, women are just trying to get wet all day and thinking about sex, basically. But then she's talking about, immediately after, she says, but right here, right now, that's what I want, and I want you in this moment when you catch my eye, type thing. It's really quite a clever song, and it's an interesting take on this dynamic of relationship. But there are, of course, tracks where Dienel opens up about love and the love she's experienced. And this track that I'm specifically thinking of is Love Me in the Open, where she's talking about how in the condition that she's in, she can't really love that person anymore, but also, the person only seems to want her when she's lonely, and she's not the person that person thinks she is. All the emotions that she brings about on this album are really quite intricate, and I love the way that Dienel has so many different styles and variations to tackle certain things like her mental state and many other topics too. What heightens everything about this album, though, is the music that it's backed by, because oh my god, this music I think is incredible. It's some of the best I've heard all year, and the fact that the lyrics are really good as well, it just encapsulates it all together. But the fact that the instrumentation is so detailed, it's so artful, some of the instrumentals, like on Complicated Silhouette, is just absolutely incredible. I mean, I love the industrial percussion that crops up throughout the whole song. It's just relentless. But everything else as well, like on the opening track, there's just so much just amazingly composed ways that she makes this music. And even the track High Times, which I've already mentioned, has an incredible chorus to it. I mean, it really sticks in your head, where she's singing Mr. Right, Mr. Right. I mean, honestly, I feel as though like Dienel can pretty much do anything on this whole album. And it does really bum me out that not many people are really talking about this album, as I do feel as though most people would be into this because of the artful side of the music. I do think there are comparisons to other contemporaries, like on the track Chill and Natural, which sort of reminded me like of Marina and the Diamond song, which I thought was a little bit interesting. But even then, it's kind of very different to that style of music anyway. But still, I couldn't recommend this album enough. This is exactly why I had to review it, because I was amazed by what I heard. And Dienel, once again, is creating some excellent pop music that is worth hearing. I would have to give this an A-, and this is one of the best albums I've heard all year. I do hope you check it out too. Make sure that you give it a listen, because once again, it's fantastic, and the crafted instrumentation on this whole album is just beautifully arranged and has so many epic moments too. So yeah, if you like this review, make sure you subscribe, and also have a good day.